What is up, you guys? Happy 2023, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. I hope you guys all had an amazing holidays, an amazing start to 2023. I know for me so far it's been an amazing start and I'm super excited, super pumped, super motivated for everything that's in the plans and in the works for 2023. And I just love starting out like a new year, and just like a fresh start to me feels so good. So I'm excited. I'm finally feeling better. I did get pretty sick after the Olympia. I think a lot of people did, so if you got sick, hope you're feeling better. I had first it started out with sinus and a bit of a sore throat, and then it turned into a head cold and upper respiratory, and then I had this cough, and my sinuses are still, you can probably hear a little bit, but I'm 98% better finally. 3 weeks it's taken me, so it hit me pretty hard after the Olympia, and I wanted to get this video out sooner because it is mega delayed since we are 3 weeks post-show, but I've just been super busy between post-Olympia photo shoots and then the holidays, and my mom and sis were here for the holidays, and then being sick and just getting back into my routine, back into prep, which we'll get into soon. So here we are, finally 3 weeks post-show, and now I'm able to share with you guys my Olympia experience, thoughts, feelings, feedback, what I'm doing next, what I'm doing moving forward, and all that kind of stuff, because I know you guys have been asking me to do a YouTube video on that, so here I am. No secret that my goal going to Olympia was to win, to defend my title, and aiming for that first place and nothing less. That's what I had prepared for every single day since I stepped off stage last year after my win. But more than that, to me, it was not about just the outcome. It was also the journey to get there and the hard work that went into it, and bringing an improved physique that I knew that I could make. Because I knew that last year when I won, I still had so many improvements that I could see that I wanted to make, and I wanted to step on stage with a physique that I knew was my best, and that I could say that was my 100% my best yet, and that I was proud of. So that really was the biggest focus for me this off season, as you guys know, was just making those improvements and taking the feedback and applying it this year to come back so much better and just unlock a whole new level of JENDORIE that you guys have never seen before. So I think I can safely say that I delivered on that in terms of the physique that I presented on stage. I can't even put into words how happy with how I looked at the Olympia. Everything that I envisioned and that I said I wanted to look like and that I had in mind, I feel just came to life on stage. So I'm super happy with the entire package from head to toe. Suits, tan, makeup, hair, posing, confidence, conditioning, shape, balance, all that kind of stuff. Everything just came together exactly how I envisioned, and really what I wanted to present to myself, knowing that that was going to be my best. And I did get to show off my best physique. So I am super happy and super proud of that physique. And of course, just super grateful to be on the Olympia stage. That was my 5th time competing there. So of course, the outcome wasn't what I wanted. All I can do is get feedback and keep improving, keep getting better. Even if you think you're at your best, I promise you can still get better. So my motto for 2023 is beat your best, then get better, because that is truly what I'm striving for. I know that I beat any best that I've ever had with the physique that I stepped on stage at the Olympia this year with. And I think the general consensus from everyone and the judges was that that was my best physique, for sure my best conditioning, and I'll get into feedback and stuff in a little bit, but I'm just super happy and super grateful and proud of everything that I brought to stage and the people who helped me get there, my team, my family, and I just had the most incredible Olympia experience. From the press conference was fun, and then the meet and greet, you guys were incredible. I met so many of you who said you watched my YouTube videos, and it was just so much fun getting to meet so many people. And I just had my family, my friends who I call my family because they're really my family, here with me. So it just made it that much more special for me. So it was a really fun experience. One of the biggest things for me was just being present and soaking everything up, because it just goes by so fast, and sometimes it's easy to get overwhelmed by the pressure and just not be mindful and present of the moment to enjoy it. So one of the things that I really wanted to focus on this year's Olympia was not worrying about anything, because I knew the work was done, and just enjoying it, just soaking it all up, enjoying every moment, and just being grateful to be there. So before I stepped on stage, that is usually when I get my all-time nerves that hit me. This time I just took a deep breath to remind myself that this is my best. I'm here, I've worked every single day for this, I know it's my best, I've done everything that I could have, and the rest is in God's hands. So it's just up to me to go out there, show off the hard work, have fun, and just enjoy every second of those 45 seconds that I get on stage. So before I stepped on stage, and it's funny because my girlfriend was in the audience, and she was like, I saw you do that, and I was wondering what you were doing. And I just took a deep breath and went, and then I smiled, they called my name, I walked out on stage just because I wanted to take a second to just take a deep breath and just ground myself to be present in that moment, knowing that those 45 seconds I wanted to be on that stage, not just physically but mentally be there as well and just enjoy it. Because it's easy to get caught up in trying to be perfect with your routine and not messing up and not tripping and arch your back and do all these things, but if you've practiced enough, you don't have to worry about that. You just have to have fun with it and do your routine. So that was hands down the best I've ever felt on stage. I had so much fun up there, and I love how my routine came out on stage and just everything was really good. For finals, I got to do the most epic entrance with like this wall that came up and smoke that cleared. It was super dope. So just like a really, really good experience overall. My main goals that I wanted to accomplish this year was beating my prior best that I won the Olympia with and bringing the conditioning, the details, bringing a little bit more details in my legs and my core, and just turning any of my weaknesses into a strength. I think I can say that I've checked off all those boxes this year to make those into my strengths. For me, my main goal, of course, was to win, but more than just winning, I didn't want to win without being at my best. So to know that I was at my best, even if I didn't win, it's still a really good feeling, and I feel super proud and accomplished with the physique that I brought and just like the energy and everything that I got to bring to stage. So of course the outcome was not what I had hoped for. At the end of the day, it is what it is. That's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes, and you have to just keep moving forward and just keep improving, keep leveling up. The thing that you can control is how you show up, and if you know you gave 100%, you can walk away with any placing being proud of the physique that you brought and the hard work that you put into it. So that's how I feel. I'm super happy and proud of that physique. I wouldn't have changed anything with what I brought to the stage or with what I did in my prep, just because I feel like that was my all-time best and exactly what I wanted to bring on stage. I feel like I was able to replicate that perfectly. The vision that I had in my head was able to come to life. In terms of my feedback, I wanted to wait until I had a chance to talk to all the judges so I can kind of put all that together in a pile and give you guys a general consensus of feedback, and then I'll give you my personal feedback and opinion on what I think I can improve on and what my plan is to improve and what's next for me. So that some people were asking, was I too lean or was I too conditioned? And that was not my feedback. So the judges did ask me to bring this conditioning moving forward. A couple of judges did mention that they felt that I could have been a little bit fuller. One specifically mentioned in my glutes, which I do agree. I think I could have been a little bit fuller. However, my focus was on really nailing that conditioning, because that was kind of my main feedback was condition, condition, condition. So I wanted to err on the side of caution when it came to filling out and focusing more on finding that right balance between conditioning and fullness. So I don't think that I was flat by any means, but I do think that I could have been a little bit fuller, probably pumped up a little bit more backstage, probably eaten a little bit more food, just being things that people were wondering why I was doing a front pose a little bit different. That was feedback that I received last year to not twist too much. So I'll show you like from twisting like this to keep this arm back. It was just based on the feedback that I was given last year and this year heading into the Olympia. The back pose, I think 2 judges mentioned it to me, and a couple people had mentioned to me as well, were my hips a little bit off, and it's just a postural and a posing thing. It wasn't like there's like an imbalance or anything there. My right hip was pushed back. In my back pose, instead of being like this, my right foot was about an inch further back, and I kept noticing when I would step into my back pose, my right hip was shifting back. So I just need to be a little bit more conscious of my foot placement being even, and then obviously making sure to work on getting my hips aligned as much as possible, and maybe sleep on my back because I'm a side stomach sleeper and it's the worst. So overall, my feedback was to bring this level of conditioning moving forward and just slightly fuller. For my own personal feedback, looking through my photos, my videos, comparisons, and all that stuff, because I always do that after a show. And that's looking through it with like a fine-tooth comb to find any potential flaws or things that I can improve on. I do agree on being a little bit fuller. I don't think that I was flat. I do think I still looked pretty full, but I think because I was so conditioned, I could have gone with being a little bit fuller. So now that I know that, I think probably like 1 or 2 pounds fuller than that would have been probably spot on for the perfect balance of fullness and conditioning. And just, again, in bikini, you're always walking that super fine line of like fullness and conditioning, and you don't want to teeter too far on either side. So just making sure we can stay right in the middle for the next show. which brings me to my next thing. What is next? So another reason why I wanted to wait to do this video was because I wanted to wait until the list was out so I could announce it officially. But I will be doing the Arnold in March, so I'm super excited. This will be my third time doing the Arnold. My first Arnold was in 2019 and I placed 4th. My second Arnold was in 2021 and that's where I won my first Arnold, and then I won the Olympia 2 weeks later. So I am super excited because I'm just going into this prep with a whole new level of drive, dedication, excitement, focus, hunger, you name it. And I thought that I was driven and motivated last prep coming off of defending my win, but this is a whole new level of drive and dedication that I have. So you guys are gonna see an even better JENDORIE on stage at the Arnold, so I'm excited. And I know that there's always room to improve, so even though that was my best, there's still room to become even better and have a new best. So that's kind of what's most exciting and fueling for me, that this really just fuels my fire going into the Arnold, that it's really small tweaks that I just need to make. And back on prep 100%. We are 7 weeks this coming weekend. But yeah, I'm super excited to be back on the Arnold stage, and it's such a short period of time that I was like, why not? Like, it's right there, I might as well just do it. And then I'll have a little bit of a break before I go into my Olympia prep for 2023. I don't think I'll be doing any shows in between just because the rest honestly does my body really well, as you guys saw. The only thing different this year was just having that long period of rest. This was actually one of my, believe it or not, one of my easiest preps in terms of cardio and food intake. This was the least amount of cardio I've done in a prep and the highest amount of food I've had and the most amount of cheat meals I've had in a prep in probably like the last 3 or 4 years. So it just goes to show how important it is to give your body the rest that it needs, to take a good off season if you've been go, go, go. Honestly, I promise it pays off tenfold. Like I said, this prep was so smooth, so easy, and it was just smooth sailing the entire time. If you're debating on taking an off season or not, I encourage you to take the off season. I promise it will be well worth it. If you need to grow, you need to take an off season, add that muscle, come back. If your body is looking tired, take an off season, have that time to rest, get your body to a good spot, and then come back even better. So as for me, I will see you guys soon. Of course, we're gonna do a Road to Arnold series, so I'm excited. I'm actually filming that today. So there'll be another YouTube video coming at you guys with some glute training. We'll do some full day of eating and stuff like that too. So yeah, I hope you guys are having an amazing start to 2023. Happy New Year, and let's crush 2023. Let's make it a good one. I will see you guys on stage next at the Arnold, but until then, I will see you guys in our weekly updates.